there's so many better Fanta flavors in Japan? This is peach and jasmine Fanta, which is such a cool combo. And I don't know, I've never seen a jasmine flavored any kind of beverage aside from tea in Canada or America, so. And I just love the color choice for this too, like being a very green blue color. You don't see that in pop a lot. And it's just cool because it's peach flavor, and yet we get this blue green. The bottle is also weirdly, it's not asymmetrical, but it's got an interesting twist to it, so it doesn't really appear like it should stand properly, which I like. Pretty cool. It has like a peach, it's mainly a peach flavor with just like a little hint of tea, which is sweet. I'm sorry that this has been the same setup for the last 3 days. All my lights are dead and I keep forgetting to charge them. Just wanted to talk today about internet commenters, because I've been getting a lot more traction lately on TikTok and Instagram as far as my videos. And I feel like as soon as you get to a certain like level of engagement, like view count and likes, and where you're getting like a couple hundred comments, people start to comment things as if there isn't a real human reading them on the other end, and that this account is like beyond a human. And I've even got a lot of comments that kind of discredit me as a real person, that I am just potentially like a shill of a person, like a fake marketing concept with an entire team behind me that makes me appear as if I am just some girl, but in reality it's a whole team of people creating these videos to sell product, which is really funny to think about. I feel like maybe I do have one of those faces where I could be an industry plant, maybe. I don't think I'm quite charismatic enough. Like, you could say that the industry plant, they want it to be somewhat awkward so it's more relatable, but I think there's a certain perfect level of awkwardness with still that hint of charisma that creates like an addictive personality to watch. I don't think I have that addictive personality at all. Who knows, maybe if I got more comfortable. I don't know if I see my regular completely myself personality as being something that's interesting like that, like industry plant level. The truth is though that I am just at home making things every day to a level that's probably hard to relate to most people just watching stuff on the internet, because it is really crazy and it is really weird. Like, I spent the last 3 days rendering a fake infinite grocery store using scans that I took in a real Walmart by using my iPhone and LiDAR, like using the LiDAR camera to scan all the shelves in between when there was shoppers in the way. Which is an insane thing to think that that's just my job at this point, is to do stuff like that and just garner attention to my social presence, and then I get opportunities to do sponsorships through making weird stuff like that. I guess that's my job in a nutshell. But I don't think of it as a real job, and in some ways I don't know, realistically I don't think it's gonna last that long, and I think I just need to make sure I don't get too distracted by the financial part of it and just focus on creating things that are genuine and come from me being a real human being and trying to add something to the world to some level. I don't know exactly how much it adds, but I think there's just a lot of random garbage on the internet now, and it comes from the place of there is lots of financial opportunity to just pump out content and sort of quantity over quality, but as long as certain ones are going viral, those people are making lots of money, and they're just sort of, there's this, it seems like it's the Wild West as far as just stealing other people's content, cutting it down, choosing the parts that are most interesting, and making like a more condensed version of it that's even more addictive, and then reaping all the benefits and financial benefits of posting that to your own account, while just sort of maybe crediting the author, like the original artist, and like you can just get away with that now, which is scary. But I think there has to be some kind of turning point to when doing stuff like that, like just stealing other people's content, making shorts of that content, and then just bringing in money off the ad revenue. I think people are going to eventually not be affected by that content anymore. Like it's gonna be so saturated, like the internet's gonna be so saturated with this type of crap. It already is, but it's gonna get to the point where it'll just feel like spam, like you just can't handle it anymore as a person. Like I think we're gonna adapt as an audience to see through this kind of behavior, and there's going to have to be some kind of revolution of more genuine, thoughtful content creation that's more on telling stories and coming back to more personal life. Like, yes, that kind of already came back with TikTok, I think, like earlier TikTok during like the pandemic, when people were just kind of making vlogs and telling jokes, and it was very uncurated compared to all the other social apps at the time. I think that's why that really started to take off, because people were just craving that human element that's missing from like Instagram, where everything is just the perfect parts of your life. People miss that messy, like the messiness and the embarrassing parts of life. And then, but now I don't think TikTok's nearly as much like that, because it's just getting swarmed with the kind of content I was talking about, and it's I think it's at its peak and it's gonna start dropping off. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that I trailed off there. I guess I'm just saying that it can be hard seeing people easily make way more money than I make by just stealing other people's satisfying video content and making little Snapchat stories and racking in like 100K a month. And you see people talk about that all over the internet, and you think like, hey, I could do that, and then I wouldn't have to worry about anything. And it's so much easier than so much easier than having to go out and scan Walmarts and build out infinite Walmarts and build out these crazy concepts and just hope that people like them enough that I gain some kind of connection or opportunity through having created something like that, compared to people that just get to make this easy money off doing next to nothing. And it's hard not to get distracted by the potential of that, to focus on what you want to do. But I think in the end, the genuine part is going to pay off. Like the fact that I'm doing what I do because I love it and it's a lot of fun, and I'm trying to bring my as much of myself into my work as I can. I think all of that stuff is gonna matter, and it's gonna pay off in a bigger way, in like a more compounding way than making cheap regurgitated videos ever could, you know? Yeah, I don't know what I was saying to this one. But thank you.